Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I got a special opportunity to check out the 2021 documentary Attica from directors Traci Curry and Stanley Nelson, and this was a Showtime original documentary, and it is really capturing some buzz going into award season as a truly impactful and poignant documentary about this terrible occurrence of a group of prisoners taking over a prison in upstate New York, and then the aftermath and the terrible and heavy toll that this whole situation produced. And it's such a fascinating story, and it's really interesting timing after I just finished Mayor of Kingstown last week, which the last two episodes really is more or less Attica, this uprising in this jail. And this is such a fascinating story. It'd be so hard to make this boring. You have these interviews and you're getting different perspectives from the cops that were involved, the attorneys that were involved, from family members of hostages, of cops, of prisoners, having former prisoners on here talking about their experiences. It's so natural and raw, and there's some emotional moments that really hit. It's hard to avoid getting emotionally invested when you're having these people bearing it all right there in this documentary, making you feel everything that happened that day. And as things were like wrapping up into this situation, there's just great archival footage. It's so remarkable to see all this real footage of this situation, and it gets haunting towards the end when you see video and photographs of actual the ramifications and the consequences of this whole situation. Bloody, dead bodies everywhere, and this is haunting and hard to watch as this film goes on, and you get to that point in this story. There's deeper themes here. This film is able to avoid just being in tunnel vision because it looks at the greater societal aspects of this situation, of racism, race relations in general in our country, looking at the law enforcement system and the pissing contests that were going on between these different branches of government, causing a lot of these issues and not being able to be on the same page. It's raw, it's gritty, it's moving, it's passionate, and there's so many interesting dynamics that are intriguing to look at how they all play out. Like I mentioned, you get all of these different aspects, and seeing how all these people interact with each other in such a horrible situation. It's moving, it's emotional, it's complex, it challenges you to come up with your thoughts on what should have happened, how it should have been handled. Was this warranted? Is this something that should have been taken could have been taken even more seriously and brought in even bigger guns from the government? And all of these different kinds of things. This is the kind of film that's going to leave you sitting there wanting more, thinking about more, and even if some of the aspects are pretty cliched of like the interviews and stuff like that, this is a documentary that'll take you to some deeply emotional places and really shape your perspective on things. And I really hope a lot of people go check this out. Right now, this is streaming free on YouTube. I was sent an email giving me a hope that I would go over to YouTube and check this out, and I did, and I did not regret this impeccable and poignant documentary. But those are my thoughts on Attica. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. Movies? It was a movie. Should have said that first. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.